On there, like, yeah, do you want to fight? And you know, like, and the Ruiz, do you want to have a fight? Yeah, I'm on my way. Where? New York. Son, he lives in New York, holding with a gun. I swear on you beat Andy Ruiz, didn't you? Or you
Yes.
didn't beat him?
I did beat him.
You guys
I
robbed
beat
him.
him.
You did, then you did not.
Boxing.
You robbed him.
I
You
beat
run
him.
away
I beat
again.
him.
Nah,
I beat him.
you didn't beat him.
I beat him.
You beat
It's
him.
on the record book. I beat him, brother.
You know, you.
It's the only
Sorry,
blemish
man.
on Andy Ruiz's record. So then, let's say you did beat him. That could be an argument for you to say I should get a world title shot.
No, I don't live like that. If I beat him, I'm like, who's next? I don't need to be like, I beat him, now I have to fight Andy Ruiz because I beat the guy who beat him. No, I don't do that. I'm not like that. I want to beat this guy.
Oh, come on.
I want to beat you.
Listen, you've had some good wins, all right? Let's get in there, take care of business, get you out of there, and then I'll move on to the next one.
If is the operative word. Dillian White, you guys both had losses to him last year.
Yeah.
Do you think you've grown since then, improved? Or same fighters? Was it just a styles make fights kind of thing?
For us, it was a quick turnaround. Not taking anything away from him. It was a good win for him. But we've improved a lot since then. Worked on a few things, and we're going to come back a lot better and stronger.
Is that to try and keep that away from him?
You hear what he's saying? For us, it was a quick turnaround. What does he mean by that? What do you mean by that? For us, it was a quick turnaround. What do you mean by that?
It was 5 weeks, so we camp, so it was fast. Very fast camp.
This is going to be like a 9-week camp.
This is good camp. This is good. Enough time.
So 9 weeks is sufficient for you. Should be 2 months, right?
Yeah, I was in camp for about 11 weeks and I got knocked out. If I train hard though, it's boxing.
I know you keep talking about him running, but what's so bad about running if you're defensive
Boxing's
and
the game
protecting
where
yourself?
hit and not get hit. That's what you have to do.
The
Boxing.
sweet science, right?
It's science, you're right. You're gonna run, man. You're gonna run like a chicken.
So you don't respect that aspect.
I don't. If you're gonna get in the ring, you have to go in it. You know.
That's the thing about fighters. It's about being smart in the ring.
No, you're not smart.
You go
You're
to
a
war, but
chicken.
also be smart. Look at Floyd Mayweather.
What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I was just listening to a portion of Face to Face with Dereck Chisora versus Joseph Parker. We know the outburst that Chisora made during the press conference of that card. He wanted more money. He wanted this. He wanted that. I don't know if he got it or not, but he did say what he had to say, the way he said it. Dereck wore Chisora. Joseph Parker, this was a treat. Look, let me break this down, first of all. They started with, first off, the previous failed attempts. Who was ducking who? Chisora was like, no, I wouldn't go into Australia. I wasn't going there to fight you. You come in here. I'm the A side. Then that came up. Joseph Parker was, no, well, it doesn't matter. Yeah, it does matter. I'm the house. My rules. My house. And then, of course, Dereck Chisora started ridiculing Parker's fighting style, called him a chicken, called him running, say they robbed him against Ruiz. He didn't win that fight, and I think that's when Joseph Parker, if you notice, Joseph Parker has the personality of a damn bus stop, right? He's real passive. You know what I mean? But if you can tell like a passive person, because he has a passive personality, right? He's the type of dude that you have to say something that gets under his skin to get a rise out of him, above the monotone. Nah, man, I'm good, man. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, we fight. We're good. Tam. I'm not taking anything from you. That he's like, but if he gets pissed, he'll get louder. And then he starts to stutter like he did when he started talking about Ruiz. I think that affected Parker. Chisora is a different type of fighter than Parker. Parker can box. He's probably one of the fastest heavyweights. And their mentality is different. As you heard, Chisora thing is go in there and beat you up, rough you up, go for the kill, right? Intimidate you out the ring so you do something stupid in the ring. That's Dereck Chisora's mentality. That's his game plan, his strategy. He wants to do enough shit to the point when you get in there, you want to fight the way he wants you to fight. Whereas Joseph Parker is a boxer. He can box. You know, Dereck Chisora said he has no power. Says there's nothing that's going to stop Parker from just getting in and beating him up. And then when he does beat him up, he won't matter. He says he has no problem being a gatekeeper. He has no problem with that because he had give me the golden key to the palace. You have to enter to come into paradise. He says all boxers are a little crazy. They wouldn't be boxing. What's the logic in that? You're a boxer. And, you know, it went back and forth. It was very, very entertaining. I will say this. Joseph Parker he reminds me a lot of David Tua. You know, David Tua, and David Tua is one of my favorite fighters. But I want to understand something about David Tua. David Tua has a personality like Andy Ruiz. You know, these guys are real passive. They don't talk much. Tua didn't talk much. But if he ever hits you with that punch, it's the equivalent of Wilder's right hand, his left hand. And then soon he found out that he can knock you out with his right hand because he implemented that, I think, with Goosen's gym. He was knocking people out with the right as well as the left. So he was just a heavy-handed guy. And in this situation, when it's just trash talk, habladera, right? You see that Chisora beats Parker 10 times out of 10. He can't hang with the constant aggressive shit talk. He tries, you know, he tries. But I noticed Parker, if you noticed, because I'm gonna leave the link below, and I want you guys to check out this video. And in the interview, Parker will say something, and he kind of has to apologize for what he says. You know what I mean? Like, for example, the guy Spilka, he knocks out Spilka 2 rounds. Okay. He says, "Well, you knocked Spilka out. Spilka was already done. But hey, I know it's a good fight. Like, I know you fought a couple good fighters. I mean, well, if you knew we was already done, why would you go back and try to make up or repaint a picture of something that you've already painted? You've already said that Spilka was done. That's why he couldn't last 2 rounds against Dereck Chisora. That's why that massive knockout was implemented, right? But then he says, oh, well, I know you have good fighters. Like, you don't need to do that. If you're going to take shots, take the fucking shot and move on. You know what I mean? Again, that's that passiveness I'm talking about. Chisora's brash. Chisora's British. He's a rude boy, for Christ's sake. He doesn't care what he says. He's crazy. He'll let you know he's crazy. He said, I'm not as crazy as Mike Tyson, but I have my own level of crazy. And I believe him, and he does. And this face-to-face was very, very entertaining. You guys want to listen to some trash talk, some shit talk. Some really wasn't a back and forth. It was a back and then attempted forth from Parker. Because Parker really, he's not that guy. He's not cut that way. He's not built that way. Not taking anything away from him. I think Chisora is trying to force him to fight a certain way. That's why he's talking this again. Because that's his game plan. But that's if Parker falls for it. You know? And based on what I've seen, I think the Ruiz comments kind of got to him, saying he can't punch. You want to piss a guy off, say he can't punch, right? So what does he want to do? Show you, prove you wrong, right? So it was very, very entertaining. Very entertaining stuff. And you guys got to check it out. That's my counterpunch on it. Tell me what you think. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.